something called outrage with Win Rozario case. The Win Rozario case. I think the initial date of this body cam footage happened on the 23rd of June. And about 4 or 5 days ago, the actual body cam came out about this. And I just want to read just a little quick, just to give some a little bit background before we get into it. So there's some sort of context. It says the family of 19-year-old Win Rozario, who was fatally shot by NYPD officers at his home in Queens last year. Oh, last year. So this happened in, okay, 2024, and I guess they finally released the thing. Filed in federal lawsuit Monday, accused the officers of botching the response and their colleagues of mistreating the family. The court papers charge officers Matthew and Salvatore with escalating the situation rapidly, and that's kind of what we are gonna kind of break down. When it comes to escalating these situations, we talk about police escalating, not de-escalating some of these situations, and it kind of makes them happen, or allows a platform for them to happen. Let me do this here, and let's just watch this real quick and see what we got whenever we break this down. I hate that I didn't timestamp it, but we're gonna work through it to get to where we need to be.
Absolutely.
And later died.
What's up, man? Did you call? Brother did? Yeah. On who? Hold on.
So
Self?
from what I've taken, the guy you see here in the Crocs or the whatever in the basketball shorts, he's a family member of Win Rozario. In the house, when we get in the house, it looks like the only people in the house are, which I think this is his brother, uh, the mother, and Win Rozario himself are the three people we're gonna see in this footage.
What's going on with him?
He's having an episode.
What kind of episode?
Like,
Here we
Is he
go.
bipolar schizo? Like,
Having an episode, we heard that.
Here we go.
nah, like he just
what kind of episodes? Yeah.
so basically like he was just going crazy. Like he don't even know what he's doing, to be honest. She was like,
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's having an episode, so he takes him up.
Hello. What's up, man?
That's the mother.
anybody else in the house? No.
Yo, yo. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So immediately when they get in the house, after what I think is the brother takes him up, when Rozario goes to the kitchen, grabs a knife out of the kitchen cabinet, and the mother is in front of her, or in front of him in her muumuu, and we'll start it from there.
Let him go. Let go of him and back up. Let go.
And see, I was kind of confused here. Well, I wasn't confused, but I never really thought about when it comes to those taser guns. It looks like they're shooting the line. You know, the yellow gun with the line. It shoots the line and it attaches to them. But I thought the whole line was energized. But obviously not, because the mama was touching the line while it was on his body. So obviously it's just the head of that taser that is energized.
Probably so.
Yeah, I don't know. I never seen, where someone's trying to block it like that, but that could be the only case, because
Yeah, I mean, you ever seen them ripping it out of their body when the police is tasing them? I feel like if it was some type of electricity in those wires, they wouldn't be able to do that shit because they would be able to grip it. You
right.
feel what I'm saying? Because we done seen them motherfuckers
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think electricity might just be in a little tip.
Just being right. Let's keep it rolling.
Please don't shoot my mother.
We're not. Tell him to get the fuck out of the way. Get out of the way. Now. Now. Get
Oh.
away.
I'm getting so angry right now, bro. Why is she doing this, bro? Listen, I know that's your kid, but your kid just grabbed a knife and charged law enforcement. They did the right thing by shooting the fucking taser.
Right. Instead of the lethal, they gave him that was his chance.
If that was somebody looking like YJ, boy, you would have been gone. Come on, lady, man. Save your son's life. Because right now, you making shit worse. You making the job of the law enforcement a little bit harder because you stepping in the fucking way. Sit your little ass down somewhere, lady. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Miss, please do not shoot my mother. I'm not going to, but please do not. Don't.
Sergio, get me another call over here real quick.
Miss, get away.
And he's almost used. The thing is, they're fighting against each other because he's using on her almost as a shield at this point, and she's trying to still get this knife out of his hand. That shit wild, man.
No, he's not using her as a shield. Her, she is the shield. She made herself the shield. Look at her arm. Look at her hand. It's wrapped on his hand. And you know how someone hug you and you grab the hand like this? That's what she's doing. She want to be there. She want to get shot by the police. Yeah.
But he also in turn wants her to be there as well. You see what I'm saying? Like I feel like it goes both ways with it. Like I don't know.
Get away.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
And see that right there, and let me put it on mute, but right there what we seen was the brother coming into frame. That's the block you see. They're covering his face up. And he jumps into action to grab the mother. Because he already knows. It's like, man.
I can't
Mama,
lose both of y'all.
Yeah.
Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
See, he got his gun pointed now, bro.
I'm so sorry. Get her out of the way!
Right, and see, that's the thing. Now, this is why I say I'd never be a police officer. You got an innocent mother and brother all shuffling around, flailing arms, and all this rigmarole going on, and now you have a lethal weapon pointed at all of this.
And I ain't gonna sit here and cap you down. I haven't watched it yet. It's my first time seeing all this.
He loaded up.
No! Satchel, get rid of the car! Put it down!
So they fell to the ground. The brother and the mother fell to the ground. We're not going to actually watch it. They showed it from a whole different angle. And that angle, I feel, we ain't got to watch that. We know what happened. Yeah, like you already called it. Even though you ain't see it, you had already called what was going to happen. And soon as police got that opening, they did what they felt was needed. I do want to go back to the de-escalation aspect of this. So whenever he got loose, because he kind of charged for a second time after the initial.
We're not. Tell him to get the fuck out of the way. Get out of the way. Now. I'm not going to, but Please. Way. Get out of the way!
The mother backs up and they shoot another string from another taser at him, and obviously didn't get a good hit because. And actually, I think he got shot right there.
Yeah, a gun. There was a gunshot went off.
I don't know if it hit or not, but yeah, it definitely they did shoot one off. It doesn't the way he responded kind of looks like I'll take that back. It doesn't look like he actually got shot, but they did shoot one off, and I think that's what made the mother go back because she was kind of letting off a little bit. Then that's when the brother comes in. All the scuffling ensues. Brother goes down, pulling her off. Pulling her off. She's so intent on man. He pulls her to the ground. Soon as he sees it opening, he shoots. And that's the end of it. So
They shot him 3 times. It took him 3 shots for that boy to even fall.
yeah, he had to he hit him with a couple more after the initial. That makes you think, yeah, exactly what you said.
You know, I understand the mother trying to save her son, but at this point, adrenaline is rushing. I don't know what his mental issue is. Obviously, having a mental breakdown somewhere, and there's no de-escalating him at all. They don't have a professional there to do that, or they don't have someone who could stop this episode. You got law enforcement and you got the family. We talk about these particular situations all the time. Every time we have someone with mental illness, how can we handle it better? Because every day, most of the time, the victim's gonna die, or the suspect / victim is gonna die. We can call him that because he's the reason who's causing the records, but he's a victim of mental health issues. I think going into these type of situations as law enforcement, you if you're not trained to handle it, the only thing you're thinking about is making it home to your family.
Yeah.
And charging a cop with a knife, that is a reason why you can't use deadly force.
Right.
But they did what they were supposed to do by tasing him. They tased the dude about 3-4 fucking times.
Yeah. So there has been a lawsuit filed by the family. It says the lawsuit asserts the police response is part of a wider pattern of NYPD's inability to safely handle cases with people with mental illness. Defendant officer quickly resort to force, repeated and loud shouting, and aggressive actions escalating and exacerbating the situation, making Mr. Rozario fear for his life. The lawsuit filed by Beldoc Levine Hoffman LLP. These police officers were faced with an individual who was holding a weapon and endangering multiple people. As the body camera footage makes clear, they were trying to minimize the risk to everyone in the room and were forced to make a split-second decision based on those risks. That wasn't from the lawsuit, but says the lawsuit says the officers missed opportunities to de-escalate things after the initial Rozario came at them. At that point, officers who fell to the floor, Officer Alonji tased Rozario, who fell to the floor. His mom grabbed a pair of scissors from him. So it wasn't even a knife; it was a pair of scissors. Okay. So, uh, yeah, man. As far as the lawsuit, um, loss of
They don't.
life in the lawsuit.
They ain't got no lawsuit.
So said they don't have one.
No, they don't got no lawsuit, man.
Mm,
They don't. They don't have a lawsuit. I don't see no lawsuit there at all. Um, when they hit him with the taser, and the mom's right there holding him up. You should have let his ass fall. Let his ass fall. They could have got on top of him. Come on, man. Like
mm,
I understand, you know, the power of a heroin addict who's been tased, who they feel like Superman can yank this shit out and battle you and all this shit. I don't know the power of someone who's mentally ill, which obviously they gotta have some type of strength because he did the same damn thing. But as he is feeling these volts go through his body, and you're just sitting there holding him up, let him fall. Let his ass fall. Maybe in a split second they had a chance to get on top of him. No, but mama's doing what a mom does, and like I said, I can't be mad at her. I don't want my son to die. I don't want them to kill him. I don't want them to kill him because I know what's gonna happen. That's why I feel like they ain't got no lawsuit.
mm. Yeah. I mean, the lawsuit that's gonna be it could be a slippery slope. They may get something, but I don't think there's too much there. Cause from even from a de-escalation standpoint, they would have had to physically jump. Oh, once they got to the point to where they're in that small doorway, you got a brother, mama, and then him behind, and it's this small doorway. How do you de-escalate behind those barriers? Like, would it just be to sit there and just wait? Because we have seen that where we'll say something like they should have just waited. They should have just waited it out, type of thing. And I think that's the only where they have to go with this is to wait it out because of the logic of there being two bodies in between the Win
You know what I'm
Rosario
saying? Yeah.
and them. So in essence, that is sort of, the lethal, the scissors behind these two people are that's not really lethal at that point. Of course, the situation in itself is heightened, but as far as de-escalation, at that point, I do think some patience could have been used. But once he gets past that, and well, hold on, he didn't get past that, did he? They were on the floor. They would have had to jump over them to do something. You see what I'm saying? Like there was a barrier. I don't know.
The time they could have actually off him if they wanted to is when he got into the same room that they was in, which is the living room.
Right.
You remember we heard the gunshot and we
And he
don't know if
went back.
they hit him or not.
Right, right.
Right then they could have offed him because there was no one standing in the way until the goddamn mother heard that gunshot. That's when she intervened again.
Right, right, right.
You know what I'm saying? He was like just close to the officer. So I gotta assume it was the officer that was standing over there who shot at him. Because if this officer would have shot him, he would have hit him, sent him ass. Bam! He would have went down.
Yeah,
Why would you that?
yeah, yeah. Is there
I'll
anything
call the
that you?
police. Let them do their fucking job, man.
Yeah, if you call them, let them do their job. That's a great premise to that could stop a. But as far as de-escalation, do you think there's anything? In conclusion, do you think there's anything that they could or should have done to make this not end like this?
No, they did. This is probably one of the better ones I seen. All because they used the taser.
Right.
It was just they just had another element that was added to it called a mother.
Yeah.
And I think the brother did what he was trying to do was getting the mother out the fucking way.
Yeah,
Cause
to get her. Yeah,
she could have been out of here too.
yeah. That's facts. That's facts. I don't blame the brother at all because he was wanting to do right. He probably is the one who did call the police to
Yep.
begin with.
Yep.
I believe wholeheartedly he was the one to call. When they got there, he seen what's going on. He like, "Mama, just come on." And then the fact that they fell down, and once that policeman got that opening, you seen them loading up. They was both loading up at the same time. Like, okay, this shit ain't working with him. He keep every time we shoot him with this taser, he keep coming back at us. So now we got to go to lethal force, and that right there, along with the reason you said, I think that would be another reason why this lawsuit may not turn out how they want to. So,
Nope. Yeah. Unfortunately, he died.
yeah,
Unfortunately, lost his life. And again, we have to find. When I say we, law enforcement, need to find another way to handle these type of situations. More training for the officers, the responding officers. If you're not going to train them, when you get a call with mental health issues, you need to dispatch someone who has training for that shit. Just like you do when you have people being held hostage, you got a hostage negotiator who's
negotiator.
or when there's somebody missing, you got a fucking canine coming. You should have something like this for this as well.
Yeah, I think that's a balance with that when it comes to having those other type of responders alongside the police. Cause yeah, like a fucking even like a counselor or someone to come in there, that's maybe the same. I don't know what language they speak. It kind of sound like they were. I don't know if they were Hispanic, Latino, or if they were Indian. But the language they were speaking didn't sound like Spanish to me. That's why I say that. But the name sounds of Spanish descent. So, but yeah, it's almost like you have someone who come in and almost like a negotiator with the police force. Like have some negotiators who are in bulletproof vests who come in, But even with that, it's like you have some situations with these mental health people where hell, you come in talking, and that could be a loss of life because y'all didn't come in there with force. So it's impossible, man. I'm almost at the point where it's like, man, it's impossible to do this shit. It's
Nah,
gonna end in loss of life or not. That's how I feel.
nah. That's when we disagree on this. So I have to agree to disagree because I feel like this is a mental health patient, someone who's not thinking logically anymore, not thinking of the regular human mind. So at this point, you have the advantage over them. Whether you believe that or not, you know what their intentions are doing to you are. You know what I'm saying? So there's ways around it. You know what I'm saying? So if they have mental health doctors, there's a way to resolve a solution. Get a motherfucking trank, goddammit, tranquilizer. Why not?
Tranquilize,
Why
yeah,
not?
but
Put
I
their ass
can
to
see
sleep,
that
bro. Shit.
because I when you first started, you said they're mental health patients. The only way that the police know that he is because his brother said it.
Yeah.
So how do you know? How do you know to take face value from a law enforcement standpoint? Yeah, you said that, but how do we know? He might just be a little ADHD and just be bad as hell. Like, how do you distinguish that in a matter of 20 seconds when you talk to him before you walk upstairs? Like, so,
But
but
if they're calling them in as a mental patient, you approach it that way. You know what I'm saying? And their job is to preserve life. So if the 911 call is recorded and it came in as a mental health patient, if shooting them with a trank is something that you want to avoid doing, but you have to do, and you did it, all they got to do is go back to that 911 call. Motherfucker, this is what y'all said. It takes all
well,
liability off of me. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't see nothing
I
wrong with putting motherfucker to sleep, man. Put his ass to sleep.
That's what I'm saying. I'll disagree with the fact of them not knowing if he really is or not and taking the at face value what is reported because you have to question everything. But the part I won't disagree with is the tranquilizer and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, shoot the motherfucker. I don't care if he a mental patient or not. We're gonna shoot this motherfucker. Because if you think about it, they shot him twice. Clean shot with the
Yeah.
taser. If that would have been tranquilizer, his ass would have been sitting there and laid the fuck out. So, but that's one of those things that's not gonna be socially acceptable in America. For what America is not gonna like the fact that police can shoot them with something that can just clean knock them out.
What would America so
Because
I would rather knock me out than kill me. That's crazy.
because
That's
say
crazy.
they got the wrong address for situations like that. I think like situation. There's other contexts where they could fuck around and shoot somebody with a tranquilizer, and then that'll be a whole nother lawsuit right there. Millions of dollars gone. Boom, taxpayers' dollars gone. And I think that's why people. Well, as far as I get it though, I get why you say it.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, wrong address. I think Breonna Taylor boyfriend, and she would still be here if they would have had the right address. But if they had a tranquilizer, that lawsuit wouldn't have been so much. I bet you that much. I bet you that
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point.
much. For real.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
loss of life versus I put you to sleep for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm sitting on the
And then
sideline. That's my family member. High five. High five. High five. I get to see my brother or whoever this is another day. You give a fuck about that goddamn.
well,
You need a
if
nap, man.
the
You
it
was acting up.
and that's if it gets to that, because not everybody's body is the same. Some people take the tranquilizers different. Bodies react different. Allergies. We could go back and we could go back and forth all day. They might have asthma, and when that whatever hit their body, man, they be out, and that'd be so.
If I hit you with this, if I hit you with this 12 gauge, you ain't gonna have asthma no more. You ain't gonna have that shit no more. I promise.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
yeah,
trying to
man,
make it to preserve life. If you have to deal with
yeah,
some complications after this tranquilizer, so be it.
yeah,
Let
man,
me stop, man. But yeah, man,
yeah.
that was a great discussion, though, man.
Yeah, yeah, good shit. I hate that it ended how it did, but these officers they got to go home to their family as well, man. So, shit happens. Unfortunately, this been another one.
Yeah, man.